Hello, we are here with an 8-minute loop band circuit. We have a heavy band for our lower body. We have a little bit lighter band for our upper body. Okay, so pick the bands that feel good for you. Remember, you don't want to try to fight the band. Okay, your body is stronger than the band and it will snap if you use the band too much as your resistance. You can create resistance by using intensity of movement as well, so you don't have to bear down on those bands. And do remember that they are real resistance, so they can hurt you if you do heavier than what feels good to your body. We are going to take a moment here to place that heavier band around our lower body, and it's going to stay there for the duration of our 8-minute workout. We also have an upper band here that's going to be used for all of our upper body movements. You can hold on to that. We'll be going through 4 different movements here, and we'll be doing it twice. Okay, so straight through 2 sets of 4 movements, focusing on one side of the body for our lower body, but 4 separate movements for our upper body. Okay, so be ready for repetition on the lower body and for seeing new things on the upper body. Each set is 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. And we're going to get started right away. Your first movement here, we're just going to loop this around. You can create some tension if you want, but we're really focusing on the lower body, and we are just going to slide that foot out and in, and we are dropping our weight onto one foot. Okay, so it is tiny. You can point your toe or you can reach with your heel, but what I don't want is I don't want any exchange of weight. All the weight stays on that one leg. That's where we're beginning. Here we go. It's going to give us a 3, 2, 1 to start. And we are tapping out and tapping in. Keep it small, keep it controlled. If you want, again, you can create some pressure by pulling on our loop band on the upper body. But remember, we have 4 minutes of upper body work coming with that loop band. So make sure you don't exhaust yourself too much. You're halfway there. You should already be feeling your glutes firing on that standing leg. If you want to make this a little harder, think about turning that toe forward as much as you can, leading from the heel on that moving leg. Okay, that's going to really turn on different muscles and make you work just a little bit harder. Good. Take a break here. Shift that body weight. And we are going to come with our loop band, a little bit of pressure here. We are overhead, we are pulling down, and then we are elbowing back. Okay, so it's a front and a back. Begin. Pull down, bring it up, bend the elbows back. Now you don't need a lot of pressure here to make this effective. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what my upper body is doing as I move through this shoulder raise and tricep extension. If you feel one side of your body working harder than the other, send your brain to the other side and invite it to join you and to work evenly. Loop bands can be a little tricky in making sure both sides are working evenly. Take a break here, shake that out. We're going over to our lower body movement one more time, other leg. Okay, so again, if you want, you can create that pressure, but you do not have to. You can take a break here, slight bend of the knees, and we are tapping out and tapping in. The smaller you keep this, the more controlled you keep this, the harder it will be. I know there's a tendency to want to go quickly. Okay, there is no advantage to working quickly when you are working core. Okay, when you work quickly, you gravitate towards big, powerful muscles, and we are trying to work our stabilizers here. We're trying to work our glutes and our hip stabilizers, and those guys really like to work slowly and over a long period of time. So if you want to make it harder, bend down into the squat a little bit more and slow it down and create intention. Good. Take a break. Shake that out. We are coming into our second movement here. Simple bicep curl. Okay, and if you want, you can sink into a little bit of a squat to get that lower body activation and begin. So I am pulling straight up and down here. My thumbs are coming towards my body. Okay, and if that starts to feel like your triceps are like, oh, this is a lot of work, you can turn your hands up. And that will release some of the tension for you. Okay, but if you are feeling really good, then keep yourself where you are. And again, if one side feels like it's not pulling its weight, you send your brain over there and make it work. Good, take a break, shake that out. We are heading into lower body again, and this time we are doing our tap back and in. So we are just tapping that leg back, and I'm gonna drop my body down and come back up. Begin, tap back, front knee bends ever so slightly. So this is not a full lunge, okay? The purpose here is not to pull that leg back as far as you can. The purpose here is to drop through the front leg, keeping pressure and weight distribution on its whole foot so that you really feel that standing glute working to control the movement. I'm going to turn around so you can see that from the front. Okay, it is not a big movement, but when it's done effectively, it can be extremely effective. Good, take a break. Okay, we are here and we are going to pull our elbows back. Okay, again, a little bit of pressure on the lower body if you want. From the back, I am squeezing and releasing my scapula, okay? So my shoulder blades are drawing in together and then releasing. Gentle pull on the band. Okay, it doesn't take much here. Try to avoid bringing the elbows up. Keep them down on the diagonal and make this work happen in the shoulder blades. So I'm actually taking my elbows out of it completely and I'm just making my shoulder blades squeeze together and release. And that gently pulls the elbows back and pulls on the band. Take a break. We're coming over to the other leg. Okay, so standing on the other leg, adjust your band if you need to, like me. Standing and tapping back and tapping in. Begin. Tap back, tap in. Nice and control. Now you might notice that you feel this more on the hip than in the glute. We definitely don't want this living just in the side of the hip. So check your form, check your body, poke your glute to make sure it's working for you. Stand up a little taller if you have to, and pull back on the load. So pull back on the difficulty by not dropping as much and pushing as far back, okay? But you can really help yourself here by feeling your glute and feeling your quad work and sending your brain in that direction. Good, take a break. We have only one exercise left. This is still a shoulder upper body movement, but we're also gonna bring some core into it, okay? And what we are doing here is we are going to stir the pot. Ready and begin. We're circling around and circling the other way. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a lot of pressure on the band, but what I'm avoiding is turning it into a dance video, okay? We're gonna stay nice and tight, really keeping the core engaged to prevent our body from shifting in weight as we pull the band gently apart with both hands. Almost there, last few seconds here. Good, take a break, take those bands off. You did it. Well done, friends.